Hello, hello. It is Monday night again.
It is.
Another week has come and gone.
It has. We're back on Monday night
We're
to
back.
talk movie news.
Lots of movie news.
There's lots of movie news. There's other news in the world, but we are not equipped to talk about that kind of stuff.
You're not even supposed to bring it up.
So, well, I do want to address it because I got a comment on my video yesterday. It's like, there's more important things going on in the world right now for other than Blu-rays. I like physical media. I'm like, well, I don't talk about that kind of stuff. I provide an escape from the craziness of the world. So that's what we're doing here tonight.
And that is right.
Okay. It's not our place to comment on that stuff. But anyway, that's
right.
all I'll say of it.
Okay. Thank you. The end. We're here to, like Ken said, bring you an escape from real life, from your everyday duties.
By God, we need one for sure.
I got lots of movie news for you, and I'm excited to talk about it. I had me a coffee.
You did.
And so I feel like I've been brought back to life. I was on the struggle bus like normal. I feel like that's such like a white cringy thing to say, struggle bus.
You're white.
But it is what it is. But yeah, I feel like I have some pep in my step again because I'm not gonna lie, today was hard, and I feel like a zombie for most of the day. So
well, you know what they say, women, white women like true crime and coffee, and you fit all the stereotypes.
I do.
I'm drinking an Alani. I still haven't heard from Alani. I don't think they're gonna sponsor me or us on this channel. But I was just gonna say, I looked at their Instagram. I'm like, oh, they got Kim Kardashian. I thought they were a little bit smaller time. That maybe I get them. I'm like,
they collab with so many people and create drinks like just for them.
Yeah, I'll have to figure somebody else out. I guess
they totally blew up. But I mean, they do. All
I thought
like
locally owned. I live here. They live here. They started here.
But listen, I was gonna say that just checking out their Instagram, you'll see real quick that they're very like women.
Yeah.
Women.
Well, I mean, there's you. I mean, I was saying.
Yeah, but I don't drink them. So I think you need to pick.
You did at one point.
You need to drink like Ghost or something.
I do drink Ghost. Well, not as much anymore.
Well, that's who you need to talk about, not Alani anymore. So.
Bye, Alani. It's been a good run.
All right, let's get into the chat. We got Mary. I saw Kids Choice Awards. It was a blast, but their sneak peek. Oh my God, I can't talk, and Mary can't type. Sorry, Mary. But their sneak preview of Transformers 1. I guess they gave you a sneak peek.
They're
of
still doing the Kids Choice Awards. Did John Cena get slimed?
Let's see. We got Collector Movie Man in the chat. Hey, Ken and Michelle, what did you guys think of House of the Dragons last night? I thought it was a pretty good episode, but I can't wait for next.
Well, we can give a brief non-spoiler review.
Last night's episode was good. It was definitely one of those, building the story episodes. There's not like another, epic dragon fight again or anything like that, but I still enjoyed this episode because again, I know that it's building the story. I can tell that we're really going places. I can it felt like it had meaning.
Yeah, you need those type of episodes. You can't just be all build epic moment after epic moment.
It was still really good. And
you can't climax. You got to have some foreplay in there, and that's what the episode of House of Dragon was last night.
Well, we don't have to get pervy with it, but
I mean, I wasn't.
I thought analogy. Okay. I just felt like it was a good episode, and it still had some like really good moments, Yeah. So there you go. Next week plus the season finale, because I've heard the season finale has one of the biggest dragon battles ever shown on TV, and I've heard it's supposed to be Daemon and Aemond are supposed to be. Okay, let's try not to spoil anything here. Fighting on dragons on the season finale. Okay. Hey Ken, do you think the Columbia Picture Volume 4 set will go down to $85 on Prime Day? And do you also think the Superman 4 film collection will go down to $50 like it did last year? Yeah, Prime Day starts tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're talking about the Volume 4, I guess. It could. I
think it's 2 days, right?
Yeah.
16th and 17th.
Yeah.
Don't be, surprised. if you see some orders that aren't yours.
Okay.
We got Truck or Not. Hey, how's it going? Kevin says, are you guys going to see Twisters this weekend? We are.
We hope to.
Don't say we hope to. We are.
We are.
We are. We're going to go see it with our kids. So, is Glenn Powell supposed to be the son of Bill Paxton and Twisters? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Ken, are you going to go crazy on Amazon Prime Day?
I'll browse. If there's something good that I don't think I'll see again, I'll get. But I don't know about going crazy.
Ken and Michelle, I'm seeing Twisters this upcoming Friday. Very exciting. Awesome. We got Maria in the chat. Hey, guys, how's it going? We got Adrian in the chat. Hello, Kent and Michelle. How's your day been? Like I said,
Monday.
It's been a Monday for me, but I'm better now. We got Maria saying, I'm on season 7 of Game of Thrones. You are making your way through, Maria.
That's what happens when you get into it. You just boom, boom, boom.
Are you guys excited for the new season of Cobra Kai? Is that how you say it? Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai.
I
no.
don't watch that, so no.
I liked the what I saw of the first season, but I just never continued it.
We got Dimension Scott in the chat. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm going to be... Oh, he's talking to Dimension. We got Wilkie's Movies and Music. Hey, you too. How's it going,
Wilkie?
Corey? I saw Corey get together with a lot of other fellow YouTubers and maybe Instagrammers. I don't know if they're all on YouTube or not, but anyway.
Most of them.
I think they are.
There's only one I didn't recognize.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm sure that was fun. I think they were in Iowa, I saw.
That's the the Illinois Iowa crew.
Gotcha. We got Emma in the chat. Hey, I saw you guys review on Longlegs. Were you scared, Michelle? Well, if you watched the review, then you would have known if I was scared or not, Emmett.
Yeah, watch the review, Emmett.
Ken and Michelle, I don't know if you heard this, but Disney got hacked and some of their projects are going to be leaked if they don't pay the ransom that this hacker is asking for. What?
I just let them leak it. It can't be anything too exciting.
We got Generational Review saying, haven't heard Struggle Bus before. No way. No way. You've never really heard that? I'm always on the Struggle Bus, Michelle. Well, I'm glad to know I'm not alone. We got Ian Lives in the chat. My first time catching Married with Media Live. How's it going, Ken and Michelle?
What's up, Ian?
How's it going, Ian? Thanks for being here.
I've seen Ian floating around in other chats, so good to have you here.
We have Mortam. Just have to say, YouTube become my favorite place for movie news and physical media content. Great work. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Mortam.
We got Eli in the chat. What's up, Kim, Michelle, and chat? How's it going, Eli?
What's up, Eli?
We got Holland. Hey, Kenny and Shelly. How's it going, Holland? We got Sarah in the chat. You know me on Mondays like this. I'm on Michelle and Ken's live stream. That's right. Thanks for being here, Sarah. Let's see. Maria says, I'm really excited because I'm watching Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon at the same time. Oh,
nice.
Man. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I got invited. Ela says I got invited with a live Q&A with the director of Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, because I backed the In Search of Darkness 90s edition.
Cool. Adam Marcus. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
That's my second favorite Friday the 13th movie. Sarah
said that she got After Hours and Mean Streets Criterion.
Nice. Those are two good ones, Sarah. Those
are two really Emma wants to know, are you gonna binge all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in October? I think you brought that up, right?
Only if they put them out on 4K.
Well, didn't you mention last week that we should binge, or not binge, but we should focus on like a franchise for Halloween?
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be Nightmare on Elm Street. You probably hate most of them.
We got Basement Blues in the chat. Good evening. How's it going, Tony?
I think you'd like The Dream Child.
You think?
Yeah.
James, we are not going to be talking about that. We are not going to be talking about that. Let's see. Emmett says, so you're not planning to see Deadpool and Wolverine? We are not.
Probably not.
We are not.
Probably not.
We got Mel in the chat. Ayo, what's up? Sean K. Loves. What's up, everyone? How's it going,
What's up, Mel?
Let's see. Sarah's going to go to Barnes & Noble's this Thursday and see what else, the sale that they still have going. How long is that sale?
July the 28th.
Until July 28th?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
There's one I got to get that I didn't see there, but that's it.
Mortam says hit like, guys.
Hit that like. Did we forget to say hit the like button? Hit that like
did.
Button. We got 39 people in here. The like button.
We got Deadly Spooky in the chat. What's up, Lord Kenny and Lady Michelle? How's it going, Deadly?
What's up, Deadly Spooky?
How's your kitty? How's your kitty cat?
I mean, people should hit the like button for us. Because,
do you ever see Deadly Spooky's little kitten? It has one eye. It's so cute.
Yeah, I think I've seen it before.
You're lying.
I have.
Oh, okay.
I have. I'm not recently. Not recently.
Eli wants to know if you have any questions, Ken. He can ask him for you for the thing he talked about earlier.
I might hit you up. I might ask him how he feels about his movie constantly being disrespected amongst Friday the 13th fans. That's what I would ask him.
Ian Liv says, in honor of the release of Longlegs, what are some of your guys' favorite serial killer movies? Ooh, I don't know if I've seen enough serial killer movies to even be able to comment on that.
I'm sure you have. Well,
you have to like name me some besides like the ones that we already mentioned in our review, like, you know, Silence of the Lambs and
those are obvious. I love The Bone Collector. That's one of my favorites.
And I've never seen that.
Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie. So I would definitely say that. I'm sure there's some other ones. I just can't think off the top of my head.
Well, so long for helping
Kiss
me
the
out.
Girls is a good one.
You'll have to maybe name some for us. And
I'm sure there's some good like. I'd see there's like a bunch of thrillers.
We got Tiana Loves Movies in the chat. Hey everyone, how's it going, Tiana? Everybody just chatting to each other.
The Clove Hitch Killer, that's a good one.
That was a good one. Beyond the Grave Media says, my wife doesn't want to see Longlegs. Yeah, I get it. It wasn't that I didn't want to see it, but I was just kind of nervous to see it. And, you know, for me, like it was fun. So, you know, tell your wife that, you know, give it a go. Maybe she'll like it. But, you know, I understand if she has just no interest in it as well.
Just tell her to make sure she puts her long legs on first.
Using your review is the reason to go see Longlegs. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
They consider Frailty a serial killer movie. So that's a great movie and I love it. So that's one.
Interesting. The original Maniac is my favorite serial killer movie.
Michelle's actually seen that.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Michelle's actually seen that one.
I keep clicking the wrong thing. Deliver Us from Evil. We haven't seen that, right?
I don't think so. But we never reviewed the Maniac, I don't think. I don't think we reviewed
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Yeah. I think we were going to.
Didn't we watch that when we watched The Ice Cream Man or something? Or was that two different times?
It was, I think Maniac was like 2022. I think it was like during our 13 Days of Horror.
Was that what it's called? The Ice Cream Man? I forget.
The Ice Cream Man we just randomly watched after we did an Instagram live and you were like sitting on the floor in there picking out movies and we settled on The Ice Cream Man.
Is that what it's called though? I couldn't remember.
With Clint Howard.
That was
interesting really like that
as
one.
well.
It was okay.
Let's see. Hey Michelle, when you guys get to your 100th live stream, are you going to have any posts on your stream with you and Ken?
All the posts.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that. We got Happy Optimist in the chat. Ken, Michelle, good morning from the Philippines. How's it going? Sarah has 620 subscribers. Very nice. I'm jumping back and forth from Davey Death Race channel and here. This hard to choose.
Well, from what I hear, Davey's live streams are a lot better on the replay. So I would stay here and then maybe check his out. I'm just joking.
I saw Longlegs this weekend. I thought it was okay. It wasn't even close to Silence of the Lambs. I actually find Silence of the Lambs better than Longlegs.
I mean, Silence of the Lambs is like an all-timer. I mean, that's like a masterpiece. So, I mean, that's, you know, you would probably say Longlegs over Silence, though, because you're not a huge fan.
No. Let's see. We got Steve in the chat. Greetings, you two lovebirds and flick friends. How's it going, Steve?
But yeah, do not go into Longlegs. Like I said that in the
American
review.
Psycho.
And don't expect Silence of the Lambs. It's not. They're two different movies. American Psycho is great.
Well, you know, I was thinking, though, about the comparison. I don't know if people said that, too, because it's about a relationship with a man and woman, basically. You know, the serial killer is a man and the FBI agent is a woman. Is that where they're maybe pulling the similarities at?
Possibly, but it's like, see, in Silence of the Lambs, it's two. Like it's Hannibal and it's Buffalo Bill. Like there's two iconic like villains in that movie. And Hannibal's kind of just the one that kind of helps her along the way.
He meant host. Like, are you going to have any special guests? Well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I know that tends like that. People do that, you know. But I don't know if we're going to do that.
Yeah, maybe we can do like what Garrett does on his and have like 15 people in here, but we just bring them in one at a time, you know.
No.
Like a Royal Rumble.
Def not. All right, let's get into some movie news. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? I gotta go through this.
I have to say though, my toes are broken. I'm pretty sure.
Why? From running into
my toes are broken.
Let's see.
Yeah, we're doing a new thing down here where we play hide and seek in the dark every single night.
It's not really new anymore.
It's been going on about 3 weeks with the kids. It's good though. It gives me time to play with both the children.
Bond.
For about 45 minutes.
Okay, let's see here. That's pretty small, babe. Pretty small.
It is. So I watch a channel.
I don't even think the peeps can see that.
It's I forget what his channel is called, but it's Dan Merle, and he does a box office breakdown. So I kind of pulled both these images from him. But I liked how it gave me like the full look, like top 5, 6 through 10, box office totals, all that stuff. To kind of go over it. But,
I don't personally care about that, but.
Despicable Me 4 made $44,650,000. Okay. Very strong second weekend for this movie. I don't think it dropped hardly anything. I mean, I think it dropped like 33% or something because it made like 70 something the first weekend. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
But we got Longlegs coming at number 2, which for this movie's budget, which they're saying is under 10 million, it freaking destroyed at the box office. It's not very often a movie comes out and makes like 4 or 5 times its budget.
Right.
Like right out the gate. Like this is the first weekend. So whether or not this movie holds and has long legs extending into the summer.
I see what you did
there.
See
what I did there?
I see what you did there.
That remains to be seen because I kind of think that people that went to go see this the first weekend expected something, and now that word of mouth's getting out there and some people are kind of disappointed in it, I think it's going to drop off a little bit more than normal.
Probably so.
But it made its money. They don't really have to make any more. It already made 5 times the budget.
I think the promotion definitely helped, though.
It was a great promotional campaign, and this is also the most profitable or the highest grossing
Neon
first weekend for Neon Studios, which I've been championing for a while. I think they're kind of the alternative to A24 at this point. I think they're exceeding them. Is that the word? Is that the right word?
Sure.
Anyway, so yeah, this is a big win for Neon Studios and Longlegs. Parasite was a Neon film. And I think as of right now, only I, Tonya, and Parasite have made more money theatrically than Longlegs. And Longlegs is set to pass, I think, both of them up.
Gotcha.
Probably in its theatrical run. So that was number 2. Inside Out 2 was number 3. 20,748,000.
You're going to have to speed it up.
Are
you really going to go through all these?
I'm done. I'll just do the 3. A Quiet Place, day 1, 11,800,000, and Fly Me to the Moon, 10 million flat. I don't know how they got that total. It's just flat.
Me either. That seems fake.
But that's a good total for that movie. I didn't think anybody was going to go see Fly Me to the Moon. I mean, it's got Scarlett Johansson in it. It's got Channing Tatum.
Me either.
In it as well.
Yeah.
So, but I will call out Maxine. Just a little comparison. I mean, Maxine opened at like 7 million. It felt like that movie was really hyped, and now it made like 2 million. So it's like the general audience is not about Maxine,
right?
But they are about Longlegs. And I think that's cool. I think that people, whether or not they got what they wanted or not, it shows a thirst for like the serial killer crime genre.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be cool if that genre made like a comeback.
Well,
those are really cool movies, and there's a lot of them in the 90s, and they just don't feel like they make a lot of them anymore.
I'm telling you that there is a huge audience for true crime.
Yeah, so I think they need to bring it back.
If people thought that that's, you know, what they were going to get with Longlegs, then, you know. But yeah, I mean, there's a huge, like, there are just like true crime junkies out there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they have conventions, and there's so many YouTube channels that cover true crime. And anyway, so
yeah, you should start a true crime channel.
I've thought about it,
but also real quick on Longlegs again. It was also Nicolas Cage's highest grossing movie opening weekend in like 13 years.
Oh,
not of all time.
Okay.
In 13 years.
I was like, really?
So that's interesting. It did way better than Renfield, which opened at like 7 million or something.
All right. And then let's see. Inside Out 2 is now Pixar's top grossing film of all time.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Like, what?
But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it was, you know, it has become kind of an iconic animated IP in the past like 10 years. So it makes sense that people were hungry to get back into that world. And I don't think you're going to see the same excitement for a Toy Story 5. I think people are kind of done with those movies.
You think?
I do. Even though, like, I think of Toy Story as being like the best of Pixar.
Well, yeah.
And the most recognizable of Pixar. I don't know if that's the case anymore.
I think I think it will depend on, you know, the trailer.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Toy Story 4 made 120 million, I think, opening weekend. Incredibles 2 made like 220 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
So people want the Incredibles. They want Inside Out, it feels like. I think Finding Dory did really good too, if I remember correctly.
And then speaking of the theaters, continuing with the theaters, sadly, Kevin Costner's Horizon Part 2 has been pulled from the August release in theaters.
Yeah.
So Part 2 was supposed to come out in August. Part 1 had come out in June, I believe.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it just has not performed like, I don't know if hasn't performed like he wanted, because to me, like, listening to him talk about it, he wasn't really like in it for how well it was going to do, it seems like. Or maybe that was just him like masking his hopes for how the film was going to do. I don't know, but yeah, I guess it just hasn't done as well as he would like, or I guess the theaters would like. I don't know who makes that decision. Does the theater make that decision, or did he make that decision?
The studio. I mean, from what I heard, Warner Brothers, is it Warner Brothers? It might be New Line Cinema, but they're, you know, under Warner Brothers. They fronted the money for the first two parts. But
I thought that he did it, all of it.
No, not all of it. He funded. I think he put down like 35 million of his own money, but he could not fund the entire project.
Okay, because I feel like I was under the impression that he did.
And everything. I still don't know like what the budget was. The budget 100 million for the first film? Was it 100 million for the first and the second? Because both of those are done, and he was supposed to be doing the third one like right now.
Well, there's supposed to be 4. We know that.
There's supposed to be 4, but it remains to be seen if that's actually gonna happen. Like because this doesn't mean that Horizon 2 is not going to be in the theaters, by the way. They're pulling it from August. I think their plan is let's release the first one on VOD, let people check it out, let people get into this world, and then build up the excitement and the anticipation for part 2. Yeah,
the last I checked, it just said that it was pulled indefinitely. So I don't think that they've I don't think that they've decided on a new date yet.
Well, I mean, a good time to release it, in my opinion, would be Christmas. Like, put it out around the holidays and, you know, build up that anticipation, see if you can bring people in for that. And if that doesn't work, I don't know what they're going to do. Are they just going to, because I think he only got funding from the studios for the first 2 movies. And from what I heard, he doesn't have it for the next 2. It's just his plan to make those 2. So if he doesn't get funding for those next 2, I don't know if they're going to happen. So,
yeah,
but it's sad. But at the same time, it's like they should have known. I mean, 3-hour westerns in 2024
in 4 parts, like not even a complete story.
I think he was just banking on the success and popularity of Yellowstone. And also another thing that I heard going around was I don't know the nature of like how he left the show, but apparently he quit. And a lot of fans of the show were upset about that.
Oh.
He quit because he wanted to go make the Horizon movies. So there's word on the street that a lot of people are upset about that, and that's why they didn't come out and support it the same way they would support Yellowstone.
Interesting.
But also the Yellowstone audience is probably the older audience that doesn't want to go out to the theater. They want to sit at home and watch Yellowstone on the TV. It's a TV show. It doesn't really translate to the theater.
Yeah.
So that could be another reason.
All right. So moving right along here. We've seen 35 minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's going to reignite the MCU. I think that is
just a bunch of hyperbole BS.
Just simply not true. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just it's probably just me because I'm like over the MCU stuff. I'm sure that there's probably still plenty of people who are into it and love it or whatever. But to me, I just feel like it's not the same anymore. And it's kind of just like, I'm just over it,
It has, honestly, it hasn't been the same since Endgame. I mean, that's where it should have ended. There's been good movies since then, but like, it doesn't feel like that cohesive, like exciting universe that it used to be.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And I mean, IGN wrote this headline and they say, very questionable things.
I don't doubt that they saw 35 minutes of it and it was awesome and they think it's incredible. I don't doubt that, but to say it's going to reignite the MCU, this movie is lightning in a bottle. I mean, people are excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, unless they're going to have them in every single movie going forward. Like, how's this one movie going to reignite the whole universe again?
Well,
and get people excited for Ant-Man 4,
Well, I think what it probably is, obviously since Wolverine is back in this, we know that there has to be like multiverses involved. And so, because, spoiler alert, he died.
Yeah.
And so I feel like maybe what they're going to do with the different multiverse, like I'm guessing there's going to be multiverses in this movie. And maybe what they're going to do is just going to like blow our minds. But it's like, this whole multiverse stuff that they do now, it's like they literally use it as an excuse to just like change anything, bring anyone back. They can just always go back to, well, there's different multiverses.
Yeah, it's a cheat
code.
So
anything is possible.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah, for sure. So,
but it's like, how would they get the full picture from 35 minutes? Like, what do they see in 35 minutes?
It must have like a really strong opening, which, I'm off with.
Like, if they bring in if they bring in the whole like new X-Men cast, like in it, cool. But it's like, I don't know. That's a kind of a shitty way to debut them, in my opinion.
Let's see here. So I'm going to keep all my posters and stuff together.
You want to talk about the next MCU news while we're on it?
No.
You don't want to talk about the trailer?
No, because I like to keep all my like upcoming movie posters together. Okay, so
we're reading a real boss tonight.
So I don't feel like I am. So what do you think about this? The Conjuring 4 billed as the series finale will debut in fall of 2025. So next fall we will get the, I guess, epic conclusion to the Conjuring.
Good.
I feel like you're kind of over the Conjuring, right? You didn't love the last one, right?
In my opinion, they haven't made a good movie. Well, Annabelle Creation is good, but I still didn't love it like everybody else did. They haven't really made a good horror movie since The Conjuring 2, right? At the second movie.
Yeah, but Annabelle is something different. We're talking about the Conjuring movies.
Well, what do they mean? Do they mean an end to the Conjureverse, which they call all the movies together since they're in the same universe, or
they're
the
talking
end of the
about
Conjuring franchise? Yeah, I mean, I love the first two, and the last one sucked. So I don't have to. If James Wan's like not directing it, then I'm not interested. I'm just not.
Gotcha. I mean, do you think that he will, or is it like?
No, it's already, they already have the director.
Oh, okay.
I actually think it's the same guy that did I don't know. They've got like a couple new directors in that universe that kind of jump around and do all the same movies. I don't remember their names. I think the guy's name's like Michael Chavez or something.
Okay.
He did the last one. I think he might be doing this one. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay, so we've got some more Jennifer Lawrence news. I think we talked about her last week or maybe it was a couple weeks ago. She's going to be in a new, I think it was a horror type movie called The Wives. We talked about that. But now she's also going to be in a movie called Why Don't You Love Me? Sounds like every wife, like, right?
I was just going to say, I feel like I'd say that every night, before you go to bed.
No, I definitely say that more than you do. So yeah, it's going to be a marital dark comedy, Why Don't You Love Me, from A24. And so I looked up.
Do you think they'll answer that?
I looked up the plot for this, just to give you some, more information, more context. So it says the story follows a married couple, Claire and Mark, who seem pretty miserable. Sound like marriage? No, I'm just joking. Right? Ha ha ha. As their relationship falls apart, strange things start happening that make them question what's really going on. It's from a book, by the way, as well. And it's just described as a black comedy, which I don't know what black means.
Dark.
Okay. Because I'm like, they're obviously not black.
Like
a black comedy about marriage, drinking, depression, and missed chances in life.
No, it just means like dark in tone,
Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested.
Sure.
I feel like, I don't know. For the most part, I like Jennifer Lawrence. So, show me what you got, girl.
She's a good actress. She flew a little bit too close to the sun back in the day with the Hunger Games and everything. Got real famous real quick, and then she kind of
fun fact, Jennifer Lawrence is from Kentucky.
Oh, I know.
So I know I'm telling the peeps.
Oh, her and Ashley Judd.
So that's pretty cool. If you go to I almost said Louisville. People who live here or people who don't live here call it Louisville. Louisville. If you go to Louisville,
I saw Jennifer Lawrence in the McDonald's the other day.
We have like big, like poster things on the buildings, just like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is from here kind of thing. So yeah, anyway, kind of cool. Okay, let's see. We did that. All right. What do you think about this, babe? The Devil Wears Prada sequel in the works with Meryl Streep facing the decline of magazines. So this is kind of interesting.
Didn't they cover the same stuff in the last one though? Wasn't the decline of print media happening like in the 2000s as well?
I don't remember them talking about it. Maybe they did.
No, maybe not. Sorry, I hit my ring on the table. I'll never do it again.
Okay.
Don't hurt me.
Can you not? So yeah, I don't know if they did talk about the decline of magazines back then that would be definitely lame that they're going to try to do it again. But if they didn't, then I think that's a good idea.
Maybe I'm just thinking of The Office. They were talking about the decline of print media and needing paper and paper going out of business, paper companies going out of business and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I definitely think that's like a cool storyline as far as bringing back the movie.
I've only seen this movie once. I think I have it. I think I have it in the collection.
It's also got Emily Blunt.
Did we see it in the theaters?
We might have.
Did we rent it?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but I think I've only seen
you're
it
asking
once.
the wrong person here.
And I remember liking it. I remember the ending being kind of weird for how the movie was set up.
Really?
I don't remember exactly why.
It had a weird ending.
I don't know. That's what I remember.
That kind of movie? A weird ending.
I don't know. I don't really see why a sequel to that movie is necessary, though. It's like, where do you go with it? It captured a moment when it came out, and it's like everybody's so much older now. It just feels very desperate to me.
You think? I think that it's maybe just giving people a little taste of nostalgia, a little taste of when things felt good. I
don't think people want that.
I think that they do.
I think people want new stuff. Like, who's going to go see The Devil Wears Prada 2?
I think you kind of underestimate it.
It could open to 100 million. I don't know.
I feel like it is a movie. You're not really the audience, the target audience.
I feel like it is a movie that a lot of people do love and talk about still to this day, and it's grown. So
I mean, I feel like
100 million. I don't know.
It's up there with like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like
now, that is a sequel I can get on board for.
Yeah. Are you joking?
No, I'd be all about it. Matthew McConaughey.
Speaking of Matthew McConaughey,
that's my favorite romantic comedy. No, I'm just joking.
We are watching. Oh my gosh, you're just always talking. Gosh, we are watching. Ken is revisiting. I am watching for the first time season 1 of True Detective, which has Matthew McConaughey and my favorite Woody Harrelson. Which I'm learning. Is that not how you say his name?
He's your favorite?
Oh my god! I think I thought you knew that I loved him.
Oh wow! Here we go again. I love older guys.
I love Woody Harrelson. I think that he's just so funny. I love like his like personality and everything.
He's extra Woody in that show too.
Yeah, he's extra.
And Matthew McConaughey's extra McConaughey too.
Oh my gosh, their dynamic is just so funny. It's pretty interesting because this is like a dark, like true detective.
It gets
true crime.
It starts comedic. It gets way darker.
Yeah. But it's just interesting how we're talking about like this serial killer or murders or whatever, but there's just like so much like comedic parts between the two of them.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't know how to describe it, but I'm enjoying it so far. They have
phenomenal chemistry. Mm-hmm. That show's legendary for a reason. That season is legendary for a reason. There's a reason people still talk about it to this day.
I'm excited to
like
finally
one of the greatest seasons of television ever. But I'm still kind of partial to the third season. I really love the third season.
And I did watch that. We watched that together.
We watched that together.
Yeah. I just missed the boat on.
But no, there's a one episode in particular I remember. Like I can't wait till we get to it again because I've been thinking about it for like 10 years.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
Speaking of deaths and stuff, we've had quite a few passings. We don't always cover the deaths in Hollywood, but Ken felt the need to do it.
Oh my God, there was just so many, just like back to back.
It just makes me kind of depressed, and so that's why I usually skip it. But
look, Shelley Duvall, iconic actress, obviously The Shining. So many movies that I haven't seen. I've never seen Papa. Her and Robin Williams. Mm-hmm. We should try watching that sometime. But also like other movies like Suburban Commando I grew up with. So. Mm-hmm. Very sad. She was a little bit older. She kind of, I don't know how you say it, but she hasn't been in the best place, like health wise, for a while. So I can't say I'm shocked by it. I can't say I'm shocked by any of the deaths, to be honest. I don't feel like any of them really came out of nowhere. But I want to pay my respect. Shelley Duvall, iconic actress. She passed away this week. Mm-hmm. Also Richard Simmons, who's kind of like an icon of fitness, and I didn't watch any of his fitness videos, but you always knew about Richard Simmons.
Right. He was just like this personality.
I mean, the main thing I remember that's Richard Simmons related is Eddie Murphy acting like him in The Nutty Professor.
I don't remember that.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's just, it's funny. He's like, I'm a pony. You don't remember that?
No. And we watched The Nutty Professor not very long ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
And I don't remember.
But obviously he was an icon. And then Shannon Doherty.
Yeah, Shannon Doherty.
Doherty. Which she's young, and that's definitely a tragedy. But like she has also been battling cancer for 10 years, and it's been pretty public.
Yeah, she had cancer for a long time. And I think that it was still kind of a surprise to everyone. Apparently she had a podcast.
Yeah.
And I looked actually on Instagram, and she had, uploaded a podcast like at the end of June, I want to say. And she was saying that her like cells had changed or something. And so and it was like a good thing because it meant that like the protocols that she could do, she was basically able to like try more like experimental things because her cells had started to change. Yeah. But obviously that didn't work out. So that's kind of sad because in the clip, she actually was saying that she had for the first time felt hopeful. And so then to just end up dying, a few weeks later, that's really sad. So, but yeah, I mean, I know that it was pretty bad. Like it had spread to her brain, and she was having to do so much like radiation.
She was on the 90210 like revival show, right? Didn't she come back for it?
I don't know. I can't remember that. If she had come back for that.
But I
like
didn't
as
watch,
a mom or something.
Well, they revived it like a couple of years ago, and I don't know I didn't watch it.
What?
Yeah, they revived the show. They brought it back
for a third one.
I don't know if it was like a couple episodes or a season. I can't remember. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but I know they did something.
We watched the remake of 90210.
Yeah, they did that was in the mid 2000s. But this
you're saying they did it again?
They did a revival season or episode like
that.
2 or 3 years ago, and I think she came back, and they because it was a big thing. They were all coming back, and Luke Perry had just passed away. But I didn't watch 90210. So I never watched one episode of it. I still haven't. But I know Shannon Doherty from one of my favorite comedies of all time, Mallrats.
Yeah. I saw that post you shared from Kevin.
As Renee. So
yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So that's the extent of my Shannon Doherty. And I know she was on that Charm show or something.
There we are.
But I never watched that either.
Me either.
But she was great in Mallrats. So I could say
and then she was in Heathers.
I will be watching Heather soon on 4K because I will get that Arrow edition.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back into the chat for a bit, and then we've still got. But wait, there's more. We've still got some more stuff, guys. More news. Okay, let's see here. Marie also brought up Taking Lives with Ethan Hawke and Angelina Jolie.
That's a good one.
I've never seen that one.
Taking Lives is a good one.
Let's see here. What about Copycat with, don't even know how to say that. Holly Hunter and
I don't think I've seen it. If I have seen it, it was when I was a kid, but I don't think I've seen it.
So that is a 90s thriller serial killer movie.
There's a lot of them I haven't seen.
Interesting. Collector Movie Man said that if we want to have a special guest, he would definitely like to join. We'll keep that in mind.
Just bring on everybody.
He couldn't see the movie, the box office numbers, Babe.
All right, it was a bad idea. I just like having the full picture.
We got Suns and Shadows. Hey, all, finally able to catch you live again. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tiana says Inside Out 2 is killing it still. They are.
He got beat by Longlegs, though.
Tiana says it's a great movie, Fly Me to the Moon. Well, good. I'm glad you liked it. Let's see.
What's that movie about? Is it like an astronaut? Is it like first man or something? Or is that just like symbolic or something?
No, I honestly I couldn't tell you for sure. I'm going to see Longlegs and Maxine in theaters on Friday and A Quiet Place Day 1 next day. Well, dang, you just got
sounds like a haunted horror weekend.
Yeah, I have a lot of free time. Well, very nice.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Collector Movie Man wants to know what we thought of Challenger. So I think we're still going to review that. So stay tuned.
That one kind of slipped through the cracks because we had Abigail, and then you put up Drive, and then we did Longlegs. We had to rush that one out.
Right.
And, Challengers we'll get to.
I've heard it was $100 million for the first film and $100 million for the second film.
Woo! Yeah, that's just. You had to know it wasn't going to make that back.
Adrian says, Ken and Michelle, have you seen the new Gladiator trailer and what's your thoughts about it? Yeah, we talked about this last week, I think. But I think that it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Looks promising, except for all the rap music they played in the end.
You know, it's funny because I didn't notice that, but I did see people commenting about it.
It comes in randomly like the last 45 minutes. I'm like, this just doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but 4K Media Guy is in the chat. Are you guys planning to watch Alien Romulus in theaters?
I
don't think so.
I want to take our son. I do want to take our son.
Okay, yeah, he might like it.
So if I can get him to watch the first two before we go see it.
Did you know though that girl's in it? Did you see that? From Civil War and
yeah, she's the lead girl.
Is she the lead? Mm-hmm. I just saw that she was in it.
Yeah. Which we never even reviewed Civil War, I don't think.
We didn't.
You know what we need to do? We need to do a video where we just catch up on a bunch of movies.
No, those are annoying.
You know,
who wants to watch that? Smirk88 says, "Hey, what's up,
a lot of people like that
Ken
kind of stuff.
Ken and Michelle." No, I'm not gonna go back and talk about 15 movies.
Maybe we could just do it on
video.
StreamYard. Maybe we can do it.
Nah. Shutting you down.
Always shuts me
I've
down.
heard in China. I got to see the first 30 minutes of the movie, and the Chinese government wrote an article saying the theater was in laughter and applause through the whole 30. Interesting.
In China?
And the director said, if you can hear everything the first time through the movie, then we've done something wrong. It's a movie that you'll have to do repeat viewings to hear everything. What?
Well, what movie are we talking about?
I think he's talking about
Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
It's that deep.
But sorry, but I'll be lucky to see it one time. Let's see. Talking about some still books. Haha, Michelle. We got Sarah in the chat. Hey guys, finally catching y'all live. How's it going?
What's up, Sarah?
Let's see. I wonder if you can go on a tour of Jennifer Lawrence's house where she grew up. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. Nope, definitely will not be seeing that for the Devil.
The Devil Wears Prada.
We got Fosse. Is that how you say it? Fosse Cinema. What's going, guys?
Fachi. What's up, Fachi?
How's it going? You better cover Clint Eastwood when it happens. When what happens? I forget. Tony says Charmed and 90210 were great shows for us.
Oh, when he dies. Don't be predicting deaths, Collector Movie Man.
Copycat was great. Chess says, Ken doll, did you change your head shape?
What kind of a profile picture is that, Ches? You look
Looks
like Longlegs, creepy son.
That's right. Fly Me to the Moon is about the theory that the moon landing was faked, isn't it? Yeah, I think you're right, actually, now that you say that.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Maxine was not very good. It was a waste of my time. Do not go watch it. F me a goof. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I heard more so than not that it was kind of disappointing.
I heard it was great for the first 2/3, and then the third act disappointed people.
Gotcha. 4K Media Guy wants to grab that popcorn bucket for Alien Romulus. Did you finally see it?
I mean, I haven't seen it in its entirety, but I saw the image of them pouring like
it was kind of
clear liquid on it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be like the alien spit. That's what it looks like.
I know, but they had it like fall on popcorn, I feel like. And it's like, ew, what is that?
First off, if they wanted to be realistic, it would have disintegrated the popcorn as soon as it fell on it, because that's what the blood does. But
let's see. We got Anthony Wrestling and Video Games in the chat. I got to see Longlegs and Fly Me to the Moon over the weekend. Both I enjoyed. Well, very nice. We got Bloom. Ruby loves you guys. Well, thank you.
Thank you,
Ruby.
We
love you too. Let's see. Ian says that Maxine was fun.
Yeah, I can't go by anybody's opinion.
And DJ Depression says Maxine was a 4 out of 5. Longlegs was a 3 out of 5. I think if you like Giallo, is that how you say it? You'll like Maxine.
I do like me some Giallo.
Mia Goth is being sued for kicking an extra on set and mocking him about it. Yeah, I remember we covered that a while ago when that came out.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into some more things.
I mean, what kind of a world are we living in where you can't kick an extra on set, like, and not get in trouble? Right. Like, that's BS.
So
you should feel so honored to be kicked by Mia Goth on the set of Maxine.
Okay, so let's see. We got one more like topic, and then the rest are just like new posters and stuff that we've gotten. Let's see here. So Redbox is officially shutting down.
We're not on the screen.
Oh, my bad.
There you go.
You whispered like they couldn't hear us.
They could hear us.
They could still hear you.
I mean, yeah, we could have done it that way.
Let's see. Redbox is officially shutting down, and so I saw this coming. It's funny because whenever I go to Kroger, they had a Redbox out there. I've seen them at other places too, a gas station, whatever. But I noticed at Kroger for a while now, I feel like they had a sign up that said, you know, something about you're not going to be able to rent movies here soon, or it might have been like you couldn't do it at all, and they haven't taken it yet.
The Barbie sign since Barbie came out.
Gotcha.
In October.
Oh, wow.
It's been on the same movies.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's definitely, I do feel like that it's just not, it just doesn't work anymore for today's society.
Look at all these streaming services. Like, this is what I talked about on my live stream the other night. I'm like, all the people that were renting from Redbox are watching on Netflix now.
Right.
Or if they're not doing that, like all these movies come on like Peacock and Paramount Plus and HBO Max like within 2 months.
Yeah.
So when it's hitting the Redbox, it's also hitting these streaming services. So why are people going to go to Redbox to rent?
Right. Anymore? Yeah. I mean,
so it makes perfect sense.
You know, I'm not like, back in the day, me and Ken would go to Redbox all the time. And so it's kind of like going through the evolution of our movie relationship together. You know, we started out going to the movie store, video store, the video store together. We used to rent from there. And then when that went out, we would do Redbox.
But what I was talking about the other night is how we were resistant to go to Redbox for a long time because it was out, but we were still going to Blockbuster and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we liked the experience of actually walking in a store,
right,
picking the movies out, going to the counter, renting them.
It's definitely not the same.
I can't think of one time that we both went to a Redbox together and stood in front of it and looked at movies. Can you? Did we ever do that?
No.
Or was it just, hey, go up there and get this movie?
I think it would be we had a certain movie in mind. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that kind of does just kind of go into physical media a little bit about back in the day when we would go to the video store. There was just something about it. Like it was a whole like,
to me, it was like, I know it's cheaper.
An evening.
But it just feels so cheap and uneventful to go to the Redbox. So I just never wanted to go for the longest time.
Well, part of it was to go in there, go into the video store and just like not always have an idea of what you wanted to see. You know, you might have had like one that you knew for sure, but then it was just fun to like look at what all they had. And, you know, it's funny too to think about if you did have a movie that you wanted to see, but they were out, you know, all of them were empty. It would just have the picture, but no, you remember those? Like, it's just, it was definitely a time, you know, I miss that for sure. You know, back in the day, like we didn't have kids yet. So we would just like spend the whole weekend watching like 5 movies or something.
Those were the days.
They'd have like, wouldn't they have like specials where you could like rent X amount, and get one free,
rent like 3 and get one free or something like that. And it was always like, man, we're not going to have time to watch this one, but we got to get it.
Right.
Because it's free.
Definitely very, you know, nostalgic, but yeah, I don't know. It's a little sad. Also, oh wait, I'm thinking of Netflix. Netflix is the one that used to mail to you, right?
Yeah, Netflix is not doing that anymore either.
Yeah, I knew that, but I was thinking that was Redbox for a second, but no, it was Netflix. So,
but I mean, it makes sense. It's like I don't go to the Redbox anymore. I mean, mostly because I just get most everything physical when it comes out.
Yeah,
or we watch it on streaming
again as well.
Like a movie like Night Swim and Lisa Frankenstein would have been stuff I would have Redboxed.
Yeah,
and now it's on Peacock.
Well, here's the other thing is, you know, we talk about this a lot too, or I feel like you've brought it up, that we're in this like movie community.
Yeah.
This like movie, TV show community, whatever. And I feel like that there are still just a lot of people who don't like care about movies or watch movies or whatever. Like that's not something that they do, you know, a lot in their spare time or anything.
They're watching like 2 or 3 movies a month or something.
Yeah, if that, yeah. And so I don't know. It would be kind of, I wish there was like a poll. I feel like that it's kind of weird. Poll. I'm saying poll. Poll. You know, I need a survey done so that we can compare like the average household to see like how many people used to watch movies back in this time versus like how many watch it now. You know, I feel like that would be interesting to see if it's the same, if it's less, if it's more, if it's.
Well, there's a lot of there's just a lot of alternatives now. You know, you got YouTube. People are watching stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, like
people have Netflix, or they may be binging like series or something like that. But
also, don't you feel like that there's just a lot of people who are just what they call doom scrolling?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
I think there's a lot of people that click something on and they don't really watch it. They're just doing something else.
Do you know what doom scrolling is?
No.
I didn't think you did because I could tell. It's just where people are like on social media and they just like get lost in the scrolling.
Yeah.
So I think too, maybe somebody who used to watch movies or something, now that we just have our phones all the time and we have everything at our fingertips all the time, like people get lost in social media and stuff. They're watching like reels and shorts and TikToks and stuff instead of actually like watching a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
So
I mean, that's the new generation coming up, and that goes into my theory.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Like we gotta keep the movies.
I don't know how movies survive in the future because I don't think the new generation coming up is going to care about them like we do.
Yeah, that's kind of.
But that's just, you know, a theory. Hopefully they'll save us. I've commented on that before on my channel, and people be like, well, my kids are really into movies. I'm like, well, yours are the exception.
Well, that's also because they love movies.
Well, I love movies, but our kids don't care about movies like I do.
But they probably see more movies than like a lot of their friends do and stuff.
Maybe.
You know, like, okay, so we're gonna get into some posters now. I think I did all the like topics. Let me just double check here. Yeah, so let's get into some posters that we've gotten over this last week. I know you're real excited for this one, Ken. We Live in Time with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, your favorite girl. So I watched the trailer for this. I'm sure you didn't, right?
I just don't like watching trailers anyway, but
I watched the trailer for this, and it's supposed to take it's supposed to cover the span of like 10 years or something. And so, you know, obviously it's about them meeting and falling in love and kind of just like going through things that happen during their life.
I agree with this statement.
Pugh is fugly. So yeah, I don't know. The trailer I did feel like gave too much away. You know, there's a part in it where it seems that she gets cancer. And you know, they're working through that.
Good.
Babe. That's wrong.
Oh, if she got it in real life, I would not say that. This is a movie we're talking about.
It's still not funny. I don't know. It looks like it could be you know, one of those movies that pull at the heartstrings. Could be kind of sad, emotional, whatever. But we'll see. You know, I do like Andrew Garfield. So I'm like, you know, half and half on this one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't want to see it.
We got Gus in the chat with a super chat. Sean Kinkin, how's it going, Gus?
Thank you, Gus.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. You rock. Yeah, I don't know. It looks sad. Definitely like a watch at home movie for sure. But
there was a movie that came out called In Time.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Domhnall Gleeson and Rachel McAdams. Right?
Who was it? The man?
Let me go get it. I got this movie. I think you've seen it. That's why we never watched it, but I got it.
Why are you bringing this up?
Because the title of the movie said In Time.
He's literally going to look.
Never mind. It's about time.
Okay, so you're wrong. It's about damn time. In a minute, I'm gonna need a. Oh, I didn't remember him. We've seen this.
I got this for $2.
I didn't remember him being the guy. Like, I can't see them having chemistry at all.
Yeah, so
they look weird together.
I got this for like $2 at the half price books. with the slip.
I can't believe you bought that.
I heard it was really good. Like really good.
We've seen it, or I have.
I've never seen it, but I think that's why I never watched it, because I wanted to watch it with you, and you're like, I've seen that, babe. I'm like, oh, well,
that is not.
I guess I'll never watch it because I'm not gonna watch that by myself.
In what universe would you buy that because you heard it was good?
I thought it was something we could watch together. It's like time travel or something.
Okay, so this is something that I'm pumped about. We talked about this last week, that they had announced that there would be another Shrek movie and a Donkey spinoff. And shortly after that, I think it was like the next day, they put out the little teaser video thing. It wasn't like even a teaser trailer. It was just like literally the Smash Mouth song. Hey now, which is like iconic from Shrek, and they had the little 5 come up.
It's iconic from Mystery Man.
And so July 1st of 2026, which seems like it's so far away, which I know it's not because time flies, but damn, we're in 2024. What you're gonna make me wait 2 years for this?
What do you think this movie's gonna open at?
I love Shrek, and I'm so excited about this, and I keep wanting to rewatch them with the kids, and we haven't done it yet. We just gotta like find the time to be like, okay, we're watching Shrek. I don't care if you want to watch it or not. I don't know. I think that Shrek has the potential to like do just as well as like, Mario and Inside Out and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't gauge the excitement level. I feel like if they did Toy Story 5, it wouldn't do as well.
Yeah.
But something tells me that maybe Shrek coming back, it'll be like a 16-year gap between the last one. It might do pretty well.
We talked about Shrek 3 not being very good, but the other ones are really great. And I just feel like
a lot of people don't say that the 4th one's great.
Well, that's lame because I think it is. I love the 4th one.
I think we're just nostalgic for it.
So I'm hoping that they can nail down the story and it can be fun and different at the same time, not a story that we've heard before from the other ones. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, it's Shrek. And, everybody's set to return.
Sure.
Let's
do it. Donkey.
And again,
I'm making waffles.
That's is that your boulder? That's a nice boulder. When we watched Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, if you haven't seen it yet, Eddie Murphy, there's a part in the movie where he literally makes like a Shrek reference. And
there's more than a couple of parts where he like literally sounds just like Donkey.
Yeah.
Like he's like slipping into donkey mode.
Right. Yeah, he makes he talks about like an onion and having layers and stuff. And so when I heard it, I was just like, oh man. And then just like literally that same week they released this. And so I thought that was pretty
marked out.
I thought it was,
baby.
It had to have been like planned and intentional.
Well, obviously.
Had to have been. And it just like got me excited for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so moving along.
All about the animated.
I've gotten way too excited about a Shrek movie, but that's okay. All right. So we also got this poster called Your Monster. And this is definitely giving me like Teen Wolf vibes. This is going to have, what's her name? Melissa Barrera. Is that how you say it? Love can be a beast. And so, yeah,
is she like, why does it give you Teen Wolf vibes? Just because it's a wolf? Or does she like play basketball and she's like turned into a werewolf?
Well, to me, this looks like
the premise?
That's her hand. And then there's a wolf hand.
Oh, you think that's her hand?
I think that one is her hand and one isn't. That's what I thought when I saw it.
But do you think that that's her doing that?
Well, that's the thing is once I read the plot of the movie, well, no, it can't be because there's like in an image, there's not much out about it yet. This is coming out in October, by the way. But when I looked at the images that are out, I mean, there were two people. There was a Teen Wolf looking dude and her. So It definitely looks like Teen Wolf to me. But we'll see surely they'll have some kind of spin on it. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Make it different. But yeah, I don't know. It said, what did it say? The most fun you'll have at the movies this year.
So we've got wolf hands, but we also got magic hands. Just enter the chat. What's up, magic
hands? What's up, magic hands? Okay. So I don't know. What do you think about that? What do you think about?
Yeah.
You don't seem very amused with all these.
It reminds me of Lisa Frankenstein. I thought that was just okay.
You loved Lisa Frankenstein.
Some kind of like stupid horror comedy.
You loved it. You loved it. Okay, then we've got a Kate Winslet movie coming called Lee, and this is about like a woman in war.
A war woman.
In war.
Yeah. A war and a woman in war.
I do love Kate Winslet. I don't know if I don't necessarily care about this. We got to go to war, guys. Kate Winslet's great, but I'm kind of indifferent about that.
Yeah.
Okay, and speaking of more, MCU Marvel crap, we have Captain America: Brave New World.
I wanted to bring this up earlier because I just wanted to say that the trailer actually looked pretty good.
I didn't watch it actually.
It looked pretty grounded in reality.
Isn't Harrison Ford in it?
It didn't look like Harrison Ford's in it. Giancarlo Esposito, Gus from Breaking Bad's like the villain, which he's the villain and everything. Doesn't really mean anything.
Right? He was in freaking Abigail.
It looked really good, and I was into it. And then they show like a Red Hulk at the end throwing a shield down, and I'm like, oh, this is just more stupid Marvel CGI.
Well, obviously,
BS.
it's yeah.
But it still looked good. So I'm not saying I'm going to see it because I'm just kind of done. But at the same time, I'm not going to hate on it either because I thought the trailer looked good.
Okay. So. All right. And so this is something else that I'm pretty pumped about. So this is the director for Saltburn. Loved me some Saltburn. Thought it was a great movie.
Oh, really? Also the director of Promising Young Woman.
So this is the next. Now it's a woman, right? It's a woman.
Emerald Fennell?
Yeah, it's a woman director. Yeah. But this is her. She has announced her next project. It's called Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights.
Which isn't that like a book or something?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a book.
I don't know.
I'm trying to.
Wuthering Heights.
I can't read that print.
Wasn't what was Saltburn? Wasn't it Amazon Prime?
It was on Amazon Prime, yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna. I don't know why they haven't done that on Blu-ray yet. It's kind of weird.
Okay, so Wuthering Heights was a novel. It was a book.
Okay.
What?
Emerald Fennell.
It was originally published in 1847. Okay, so it's
sounds old.
It's old shit. So yeah, I'm very intrigued by this. Again, I loved Saltburn. I feel like that movie was just like beautiful and like it just like looked so good. The story was so good. Everybody in it was good. And I just feel like this is going to be another one of those kind of like weird, but not too weird. I don't know how to describe the style. It's kind of artsy a little bit, but like also.
I call it artsy fartsy.
I don't know how to describe
that. That has to get. Sorry, I'm physical media talk. That has to get a Criterion. Like
okay,
they have to be holding up for
Saltburn?
They didn't put it out.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm just now realizing that. I'm like, that was a streaming movie. It was on Amazon Prime, but they put those out before, like Air. And I also think Saltburn was in theaters. That has to. I feel like that'll be a Criterion.
Really?
From the Criterion Collection. Saltburn?
Interesting. I feel like that they could have a really cool like addition to that. Like
that's what I'm saying, Criterion, because I think it's
stuff that happens in
too
that.
artsy to have a regular release like Air did. Yeah, I mean it's MGM, so I mean it would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about this.
But Warner Brothers may put it out, but I was just thinking like if they were gonna put it out, they would have done it already.
Well, that's crazy.
It's weird.
Okay, we got just a couple more here, guys. So this is a Shudder original. It's called Hellhole, which is what I'm in right now. A Whole New Kind of Hell. Hell-ho, a Shudder original.
When are we gonna start reviewing more Shudder originals? More Tubi originals? What we need to get into?
I don't know. I don't think that's.
People like the horror content, or horror reviews do pretty good. I bet a review for Hellhole would capture the internet, like the world on fire. Probably not.
So I guess
that reminds me of a generic Redbox rental
that
I did back in 2017.
Yeah, I guess it's coming out August 23rd, and that's apparently an old movie.
I used to go to the gym late, like 11 or 12 at night, and then when I would get out, I would go rent a movie from the Redbox, and it would be a movie like Hellhole. And then I would go home and watch it.
Okay, so this is apparently the next film from the Addams Family. Do you know who that is?
No.
Hellbender, Where the Devil Roams.
Never
apparently
heard of them.
They're a thing.
I know the Addams Family. They're creepy and kooky and altogether spooky. I know that Addams Family.
Trying to read. Not really a lot of information here. It just says that a road trip through Canadian oil fields conjured up fantasies of secrets deep in the dirt for the Addams Family and inspired them to create Hellhole.
Can I ask you something?
So,
how come you're allowed to talk about Hellhole for longer than I'm allowed to talk about the box office?
I don't know. I figured you'd be all over this shit. It's
literally Hellhole.
You love that stuff.
It's not any deeper than that. The Hellhole is not very deep.
Okay.
It's pretty shallow.
Last one of the night, we got Marty Supreme, Made in America. So apparently this is the next what's his name? Safdie brother or Solo
Which
brother?
Safdie brother is it? Is it the one that acts? Is it Benny Safdie? Or is it
Let me look this up. Let me confirm because
Ian knows about the Addams Family.
Hellho.
He said Hellbender was awesome. It's a family that all helps make these little indie horror movies. Okay. Well, maybe we got to check out more of the Addams Family movies. I'm still waiting on Addams Family Values to come to 4K. That's what I'm waiting on. They better put that out this year.
Josh Safdie. So is that the other one that doesn't act? That's the one that doesn't act. Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be from A24. Go figure. And Timothy Chalamet is going to be in it, and it's about ping pong.
Put Tom Hanks in it too.
There you go.
He's ping pong champion.
I don't know. It just says plot details are being kept under wraps, but there you go. A24, Josh Safdie, Timothy Chalamet about ping pong. What more do you need
tennis? To know? Can they make a ping pong movie just as artsy as
ping pong
did for tennis? I don't know. It's possible.
So there we go. There we go. We brought you the news. And we're done. We're going to get in the chat and get the hell out of here. I used to use Redbox back in the late 2000s. Yeah. The Night House. Oh, the Night House. The Night House was good. Seems kind of generic, but I'm still interested. Now, he said that about the Florence Pugh movie, by the way.
Yeah.
In Time is a great movie. My wife and I love it, says Jesse.
In Time.
It's sad and great.
Are you talking about Time, Jesse?
I think yes. Hello, guys. Says AJ. How's it going? I've never been a fan of the Shrek franchise. What?
Somebody's gone.
This is going to be the Beauty and the Beast, excuse me, horror mashup, I think. Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
I'm not interested in that.
Huh? Beauty and the Beast?
They're talking about the Melissa Barrera.
It's supposed to be like a take on Beauty and the Beast.
Well, he says that he thinks that's his guess.
Why wouldn't you be into that?
That does not sound good to me.
What if she was the Beast though?
We got Mackenzie in the chat. Wait, am I blocked? No, you're not blocked. You're not blocked.
Your cat's blocked, but you're not.
Harrison Ford is supposed to be Red Hulk. What? I wish Saltburn would get 4K release. Yeah, same.
Well, Harrison's playing Thunderbolt Ross, right?
Would you want a Redbox machine added to your collection?
No, I got enough bullshit.
Yeah, it's
there.
a book. Ken in A Brave New World, behind Ford when he's talking to Sam, you can see Leslie Nelson in the background in a picture. And in Scary Movie 3, Ford is in a picture behind Leslie making Scary Movie. What?
What'd you say, Justin? You made my head hurt.
Well, that's kind of cool. He's saying in A Brave New World.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Okay, all right.
But I just can't fathom. I can't wrap my mind around
Canon in the MCU. I think they're both the president pictures on the White House wall in both movies. Well, that's kind of a cool little Easter egg.
Nice.
Please don't review horror. I'm not a big fan of that. There's only certain movies I like. Well, we got to appeal to all the peeps. The Addams Family makes great movies. Hellbender was awesome. It's a family. Okay, you read this earlier. Ken, what's your size? XXL. No.
Extra large shirt.
Oh, of your collection.
He
doesn't want to send you a shirt, okay?
I don't know what I got in there. Probably between 3,000 and 4,000.
He's lost count. And yes, he was talking about time. And Anthony can't wait to see Twisters this weekend. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
All right, we did it.
We
did it. Yeah,
we did it. We did it. What's that about? Dora the Explorer?
I think so. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. Make sure you give this stream a like before you head out. And what else was I gonna say? Like we talked about earlier, we put out our Longlegs review yesterday, and then before that, we put out a Drive review. Ryan Gosling's 2011 film.
2011.
Put that out, and then
Abigail. We've had 3 videos since the last stream. Abigail, Drive, and Longlegs.
Yep. So go check them out if you feel inclined to do so.
Yeah, I mean, we should have challengers out this week and Twisters.
Yeah.
Twisters.
For sure. So have a good night.
And then we'll do our Twister ranking video where we rank the movie, the franchise.
Right.
2.
Have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Right,
bye, guys.
All right.
We'll be back. Like, comment, subscribe.